gonna get into it early on here. Ah, man. Forgot today was Friday, was supposed to be an FNF with 29th ID. I mean, you could always still jump on and play as a Centaur fill-in, because, I mean, hell, we're up to 85. That means between the time I started the stream and now, 3 people jumped in on addition. Yeah, it's up to 91 now, so, 10 people have jumped into the TeamSpeak since the server started, since I started the stream. Waiting for Liru TSB ops? Sib, it's... I hate to say it, but it's never going to happen. I'm not hosting in TSB anymore. If you want any of my ops, you got to go do ! Discord. And the reason I'm not hosting in TSB anymore is I'm just sick of every time there's a mod set update, everything breaks. Or every time there's a hot fix, everything breaks. I literally gave it 3 strikes over the course of 6 months. And every time they updated something, it completely broke everything I was working with. Because they encourage you to use TSB assets. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll use them. And then they move them around, and then they put other mods into TSB assets, and it just completely breaks everything. I'm like, what's the point? What's the freaking point at this point? So, yeah, I'm not deucing in there anywhere. I say I'll play in there, but I'm going to be honest, I don't have the time right now because I've been too busy with 20 other things, so, yeah, no. I've made myself free time on Mondays and Tuesdays to consider going over to play, but at the same time, I also have a shit ton of video editing I've been meaning to keep up with, so. When do I host? Mondays, Wednesdays, and occasionally on the weekends. There will be an op tomorrow, but that one, that one's a rollover based off of stuff that previously happened. But I mean, God, overall, Sundays I potentially host a mission, not always. Mondays I know I host one. Tuesday is my free day. Wednesday I host 1 or 2. Thursday I host 1. Friday I host 1. Saturday I potentially host 1. Or 2, depending on the schedule. So, I mean, over the past few months I've tried to host anywhere between 5 and 7 missions a week. I'm probably going to try to lower that to 5, though, at any given time, because I'm starting to get way too much footage and a backlog for that, and I'm doing my best to hammer at it, but it's just too much. And then with how YouTube wants me to upload these days, at least based off of the research I've been doing for the algorithm, which is why most of the channels have been quiet, I'm never going to have the time to post all that stuff anyhow. But hey, that's why we have the VODS channel.
Send in go.
Zevik, thanks for a 23-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do
Always
hope you get a nice kick
remember
out
your
of this
great
scenario.
LCPL goat.
Ay. But Zevik, I do appreciate it. Thanks for a 23-month resub. One more month and you get a silver badge. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Patak, I have always hosted under the banner of Havoc hosting. Once in a while, there's an issue, but, I mean, compared to other server hosts I've seen, they're definitely in a higher tier, and I just simply base that off of the fact that I've rarely ever had a problem with them. Other people, I've heard horror stories, or I try to work with their server, and there's just this massive desyncing all around. But, I mean, Havoc, I can just message and go, hey, can you just migrate my server because it's having a weird issue? And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. But, yeah, I do have, in my YouTube videos, I have a link to Havoc in there. It's an affiliate link. And that money actually goes, under the affiliate link, it goes to Auntie Static. Because she needs it more than me. Good old grandma. But she keeps my, makes sure my server is always maintained and updated, so can't complain. I don't know, and I've worked with many different communities. I've worked with many different server hosts through those communities, and I just appreciate Havoc because there's a really simple rhythm you can get into with working with them, to the point I can literally completely purge the server and then put a brand new mod set with like 20 to 50 mods on it over the night, and then, you know, that bitch will be working the next day. I think I have more issues, I have more issues trying to export missions from the Arma 3 client than Havoc. That's the funny thing. Your grandma maintains your server. No. Auntie Static is a really old Arma 3 player who I met back in 2016 under the Luton days. I don't talk to her as much as I used to anymore, but that's because she doesn't play as much Arma as she used to. But whenever I have a problem with the server stuff, I just send her a message and she takes care of it within like 12 hours. She's one of the mythical T5s, exactly. The original branch of admins that I worked with back when we started well, not really started TSB, but kind of went to a dead Battlefield 4 community and revived it and turned it to an Arma community. The mythical T5s. All right, let's see. 47 to 39, so that's an 8-person number advantage for 8%, which I guess makes sense. It's a little high, but that'll be fine. We've got Freebird as a medic, Shy leading Alpha, Sam as the marksman, no 2IC, Seismo leading Alpha 1, Dizwak leading Alpha 2, Arcane leading Bravo, Blam as a 2IC, Kropa taking marksman, no undergroups for Bravo, Night Owl taking Charlie, G-Legs taking marksman, he's a very good marksman, Mike taking Charlie 1 lead, Pro Hunter taking Charlie 2 lead, Andre taking Delta lead. They did not put Papega and Scandy together. God damn it. Okay, no. So, Papega are taking the 2 BTR 80s. That's a waste of Papega, if you ask me. But Delta being led by Asada with 2 machine gun teams. Oddball still leading Blue 4. Bravo Pierce taking Alpha lead. Steve is the marksman. Kabubi Face taking Alpha 1. Norris taking Alpha 2. No Bravo. NASA taking Charlie. Bluck leading Charlie 1. Lolo leading Charlie 2. Nemesis leading Delta. And no Delta 1 or Delta 2. They're literally taking 4 machine gun slots. And then Iander has AT for Matt. And they're taking Echo. All right, what happens when we meet the unstoppable force of Papega Pirates in 2 BTRs versus the unmovable object known as Iander for the medium anti-tank gunner for Blue 4? This is going to be interesting. We'll see how many rounds total Iander has, but it's like putting, what would be the best equation? It's like having Falcon fly an op, but, you know, as a pilot with guns in your operation. Iander is the AT equivalent. You put him as Matt, medium anti-tank, and he will perform. Unless he's too drunk, in which case, ooh. See ya, Ivno, good luck. The FNF mod set should be in the FNF Discord. Where it is specifically, I have no idea. I haven't been in that Discord in months. I just know it's the right one to advertise because that's what I'm told to show off.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Lemon pepper.
Just saying thanks, Smile. FNF is a huge highlight after my week after busting my butterfly for 6 days straight.
You make butterfly IEDs too? Lemon, my man or woman, I don't know. But regardless, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying FNF, and I hope you enjoy the 3 branches we have today. Dang, I didn't know other people made butterfly IEDs too. Busting your butterfly. Thank you, voice. Text to voice, I appreciate it. All right, real quick, let's get our prediction going. Oh, shit. Thank you, Don. I'm assuming it was Don. It might have been another moderator. I know Wolves gets mad at me when when they do it, but I don't see Wolves type anything, so I just assume it's Don. Thank you, Don. Appreciate it. Iander with the mat is like Liru with femboys. They are just the best in their No. I don't have the body type. I'm not clean shaved. I don't have your thigh-high programmer socks. I don't have anything that would warrant me being a good femboy, so it wouldn't work out, okay? There's other people that do it much better than me. That would do it much better. Okay. Okay. Anyway, this is GOS Alric. We have a map command. I always keep it updated with what we're going. But anyway, Op 4 is going to be starting on the coast over here. Blue 4 is going to be starting around Terminal 1 at the town of Gerais. And Terminal 2, I believe, is the next terminal to be taken. And then Terminal 3 is in this valley area here in Barghab. Small AO, though. Some custom built up. Vehicle-wise, this is actually a pretty decent AO for vehicles to support. The one issue is once they start getting to Terminal 3, there's this entire ridge that they're going to have to go up in this town. So that's where the vehicles are going to be throttled. I could see 2 vehicle assaults coming in from Op 4, one on the northern side, one on the southern side, and they try to just do a pincer maneuver here. Otherwise, Op 4, we've got the VODNIX in play, they got the PKT. Those are a death trap, to be perfectly honest, because you don't move around, you just move the gun. And then you've got the BTR-80, you got another BTR-80. Where are the gases? There's no gases, my bad. So you have a command BRDM and you have a scout BRDM and then 2 frigates in the coast. All right, not bad. Otherwise, let's look at the mission right up here. Depso squeezing through Rush. Sounds kind of inappropriate, but okay. Background, German Bundeswehr prepares its defenses against an imminent Russian invasion. Notes, Barha has been heavily damaged throughout the years. Many buildings still marked on the map are gone. Keep that in mind. Interesting. Game mode here is going to be Rush, so it's going to be with terminals. So terminals have to be hacked in order. Mission will go into overtime if the final terminal is hacked. I don't know if the hack, when it's interrupted, if it's going to pause it or reset it. Usually with Rush game mode, it resets, but let me explain how this works. The attacking faction has to get to this terminal and interact with it, where a 90-second timer will start. The defenders have to prevent the attackers from making that countdown happen, but if it does, they can then come in and interact with this and stop and hopefully, I believe, reset the timer. It doesn't tell you in the mission setting, so we just have to guess until it happens. So from there, once that first terminal is done, it'll start a countdown, then explode. Second terminal will activate. Op 4 then has to go take that and then push, and then third terminal and push. So after the third terminal, they win. If Blue 4 is able to at least keep the third terminal from being hacked or eliminate all of Op 4, in this case the attackers, well, in that case Op 4, overall, the attacking faction, the defenders win. If the attackers hack everything, they win. Or kill all the defenders. So, looking over on the factions here, render distance is a little above 1 kilometer. Defender build points is 185. That's 50 more than default. No, that's 60 more than default, because the default is 125 points. No magnified optics nor NVG equipment. Mat is 2 AT rounds per. So that means Iander is going to have 6 AT rounds between him and his 2 assistants. Each assistant has 2 rounds. Iander starts with 2 rounds. Uniform, we're going to start with Op 4 here. Are going to be your modern Separatist Cossack forces kits, so EMR. You got your platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman, assistant, grenadier, grenadier IR. GR kits have the Hunt IR, 40mm camera grenades. You fire in the air, parachutes down, gives you a nice bird's eye view of the AO. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineer. Combat engineers have the choice of 4 different types of explosives. They have 2 explosive satchels that they can also throw, 4 explosive charges that they can also throw, 3 AT mines or 4 tripwire mines, 2 being HE, 2 being flare. Your light anti-tank, your medium anti-tank 2 doesn't work, doesn't exist anymore. Recon infantry, scout, and sniper also don't exist anymore. You have your designated marksman, 1 per squad in Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Delta doesn't have it because Delta's dedicated machine gun group. And then you have your crew lead, crewmen, pilots, medics, and your base kit. Loadouts for these guys are going to be AK-74s or AKS-74s. You have an MP-443 Garage as a secondary. Light machine gunners in Alpha, Bravo, Charlie are going to get the RPK. Medium machine gunners that are in Delta are going to get the PKP. Light anti-tank for Op 4 is going to be the RPG-7. And then crew and aviation get a choice of the PP-2000 submachine gun or an AKS. Crew served weapons has nothing. You got 2 BTRs with 500 rounds of 14.5mm, or what is that? 1,500 rounds of 7.62x54 coax on the PKT. 5 transport gases, 2 PKT gases, with each turret having 6 boxes. You have your BRDM, which this is the command one, doesn't have any armament. This one has the same amount of ammo. Actually, no, it has 2 extra 250 round boxes for its 7.62. and that is it. Op 4, again, going over things. Slushy commanding Curie as the 2IC, Freebird as Platoon Medic, Shy as Alpha's group's lead, Sam as the marksman, Rufy as the medic. We had Seismo leading, Autovisky, Patriot, Olaf, Reapers Insanity, and Pajidu. Dizwak leading Polish Pepe, Kale, Dewadox, Sleepy, Piros, and Leziak. Arcane leading Bravo with Blam and Kropa. They don't have any additional Bravo forces under them, so I'm assuming they're going to be a marksman team that dynamically runs around. Night Owl being Charlie's lead, G-Legs being the marksman, and Mike being the medic. Mike leading Charlie 1 with Alexander, Foster, Buma, and Cooper. Pro Hunter leading Charlie 2 with Gogu, Sketa, Crazy, Roderick, Solomons, and Amethyst Balls. Sherviak, that's it. Leading, no, he's not. Asada's leading Delta. Sherviak is a machine gunner, and Body is a machine gunner, and Naranda, I have no idea, possibly an assistant. I don't see a backpack on him, though, so it might be a 2IC. I don't know. But it's basically a mini machine gun team. And then you have Keen, Artisan, and Korvac taking one of the BTRs. Armageddon, the Sky Fury, and Roster taking the other BTR. Looking over at Blue 4. Blue 4 are your modern Bundeswehr kits here. Looking at their marksman rifle real quick. Op 4's was an SVD. Blue 4's appears to be an HK416 with a scope. Loadouts are otherwise going to be G36Ks or Cs, carbine or, the KV model, respectively. Light machine gunners in Alpha Bravo Charlie are going to get the Mini-Me. Medium machine gunners in Delta are going to get the MG3, which, in my opinion, these are the two best machine guns to work with, especially on the Defender. MG3 is the best defensive machine gun because you can just keep that weapon bipoded and just shred anyone in the open. And then Mini-Me is just, it's freaking 249. It's 200 rounds of very, very well recoil, how do I even word it? Basically, the gun's a beast is what I'm trying to say, and it's a great weapon to have for CQC or long-range fights because it has the 200 rounds for suppression, and it has the stability, that's the word I'm looking for, to also work really well in CQC. Light anti-tank's going to be a 136, and then crew and aviation get a choice between the MP7 or the G36. Otherwise, no crew-served weapons. They have 2 MRAPs that are unarmed, 1 opened Humvee, 2 transport Humvees with an open back, 1 up-armored M2 Humvee, 3 static M2s with only 400 rounds, and 3 transport trucks. Not bad. Otherwise, looking at Blue 4's roster here, we have Oddball commanding Pierce leading Alpha. He's grouped Alpha 1 under him, so he's got Steve, Depso, Kabubi Face, Fonz, and Vagrant under him. Norris leading Alpha 2 with Iqbal Bates, Chult, and Harrington under him. NASA leading Charlie with Pogo as the medic and Major Khan as the marksman. And again, that is a 416. And he just has a simple E-clan on that puppy. Bluck leading Charlie 1 with Swola, Ivno, Kermit, and Wheaton under him. Charlie 2 being led by Lola with Tackleberry, Skipu, Wanda, Gazag, Kosh, and Ash under him. Nemesis leading Delta with Dobbs as the medic. Cullis and Azariah being the 2 machine gunners in Delta 1. Delta 2 has Nass and Flying Fin as the 2 machine gunners under Delta 2. And then Iander leading the Echo Matt team with, Yanni Finn leading the team with Iander as the Matt gunner with the Carl G, and then Maz and him having 2 additional AT rounds per. So, let's talk about tactics here. First off, the note about Pierce. Pierce actually is permabanned from commanding. Because if you remember that mission where he had all of his forces rush into that train yard and get completely annihilated because he completely miscoordinated that attack, apparently that pissed a lot of people off, and he got basically kicked out of commanding permanently. So we're never going to see Pierce command again. I disagree with it personally because that plan would have worked if he had his support elements where they were supposed to be when he had the rush happen, but they weren't. And there was a massive miscommunication there, which is a common mistake you see in FNF, but it's not my call. I don't lead it. Whatever. I loved watching the Pierce plays because the 1 in 10 that would actually work were freaking brilliant, and the guy was still learning. But that's why I was talking to a few people. I was talking to Ivno as the stream began. It's really hard to coordinate people in PvP as the commander because some of them will just flat out not listen to you. So I think that plan would have been much more brilliant if there was better coordination, but unfortunately, he got the boot. All right, so tactics-wise, Op 4 has a decent number advantage of about 8 people for this operation. You've got all of these buildings. These are custom ones we saw on the map here to work with. Blue 4 has to defend that one terminal. There's a lot of ways Op 4 could get in here. I think the first pitfall, though, for Op 4 is trying to come in with 2 separate coordinated attacks. It would be really, really... like, how would I put this? Looking at this AO, you've got an MSR to the south, you got an SSR to the north. Both of them have roads and a bunch of open areas for the BTRs to support infantry pushing up. So why not put 2 separate forces on 2 separate sides and see which one goes in? And if this was a single objective, I would agree with that. To try to find where Blue 4 is weaker, and then, you know, have them pull on the stronger defense line to push right onto the objective, potentially have a force get right on top that weakens the other line, and then your northern force can break through, whatever. But because this is a 3-pronged objective, I would be completely against that, because if you're going to have a bunch of smaller groups while you have the number advantage try to push in, they're just going to be defeated in detail, and this is the first objective. There's still 2 more to go for. So I would keep the entire force together, but assault on 2 different lengths. So we've got this outcropping of buildings right here, for example. Big if here, you could get decent overwatch with a vehicle and just have another vehicle with transport rush up, get it behind this building and start moving building to building as you have another force come around and start working the northern side. So by the time the actual fighting probably begins in this AO, you have both teams on each other's sides working with each other to push a powerful defensive line. That would be your best bet. Now, with this AO, with them looking at the map, that's just not really the case here. You've got a lot of buildings to work with. You got to basically nullify these open fields so Blue 4 can't just grab this building's defensive line and hunker that down. Your best bet, I think, would be to honestly utilize the far north and south, because you also have this defense line back here, but I doubt... Like, if I were to be command, I'd see that, and I'd probably think that's a trench line, but what are the odds of Blue 4 across everything they have to defend actually utilizing that? Because that's just going to flank you if you go in too deep. But just looking obscurely at the map... No, I probably would use... I would have units push in through this way. I'd have units come around, push in through the northern side. I'd have the 2 BTRs in between the infantry, so nothing can sneak around. And they would just be supporting both infantry fights, 1 BTR supporting the northern, 1 BTR supporting the southern side, and then I would just have them push in dynamically. Because Blue 4 is going to split their forces across various different avenues here, some on additional defense, and some on these areas right here. Let's see, it's Slushy commanding. So Bravo is their own little marksman element. They can also be a marksman team staying on Overwatch. I would just keep them... Actually, no, I would just put them with a squad and then have them be their own Overwatch team. Looking at the map, I'd probably put them in whatever infantry group I put in with this group, because then they can take these buildings and cover a squad that goes in, assuming, you know, I have Alpha and Charlie, which I do. So Alpha would go one way, Charlie would go another way. The one thing I'd be concerned about is where would I put Delta? I'd also probably put Delta up here too, because again, these are all open areas that they can then lock down these areas as Bravo pushes in, and Alpha just comes around on the northern side, probably through these buildings, and then comes around that way, and then you have a BTR using this MSR, and then another BTR could potentially come out and support that way. Or I could be more defensive. I could put a BTR right here to cover my far north flank, and then another BTR right here to lock this area down and also suppress as I get my infantry in play. The one shoehorn is Iander on the mat, because that man can perform wonders, to say the least. But the whole goal is to hope that Blue 4's divided their force, which they are, into this type of area here. Now, if I was Blue 4 defending, I'm going to be honest, I would just hold everything in this terminal. I'd put a squad out here, and then I would hold everything on Terminal 1, because the other 2 AOs kind of suck. Not kind of, they absolutely suck. I mean, this is just an open area. You got this castle Overwatch, but it's not really that good. Maybe you could put a guy up to scout, but he's not going to get a lot of viewership with only kilometer render distance. And then this AO... I mean, you got a bottleneck here between the north and the south, but what's stopping Op4 from just coming around and hitting you in the rear? There's just too much area there to cover, not a lot of open field. At least for this one, you have these open areas after your perimeter that you can lock down. However, that can be negated by Op4 using its 3 armed vehicles to basically suppress whatever positions they find. Which is all why Iander's role is going to be critical in this scenario, because if they can knock out those supporting vehicles, then they're fine. And how those are played is going to entirely depend on... I'm not even going to say the command at this point. That is entirely dependent on how Pepega Pirates decides to play. Because Pepega is a wild card, which is why I'm really shocked they're taking vehicles. The vehicle crews, no less. What happened to mortars? They had mortars for like 3 rounds, and then Stark and Falcon used the mortars for 2 of the rounds and absolutely dominated with them, because the norm for 99% of mortars in FNF rounds is they're completely misused and there's no point. And then Stark and Falcon decided, hey, bet, let's actually use them properly. And then one of the rounds, they killed an entire squad outright in the first, like, 30 seconds. It was great. It was absolutely great. So I'm curious here if the BRDM that's armed is being utilized. We see the transport one, and actually it looks like all vehicles are being utilized. What I'm worried about, though, is a vehicle rush that's unsupported, because they already have Charlie pushing in and blank Vodniks here. And then you got Alpha with the armed M2 just covering the northern side. This is also a bit of a wild card, because that can come in at any time and disable vehicles. But we're seeing Charlie deploying on this northern side. That's fair. It looks like they're going to try to position everything on the north, which is also not a bad call considering the numbers. We only have, 40 or 50 players on a side because it's below triple digits. So keeping everything at that level is fine, because that also means everyone can support each other. What you have to make sure is that the lead team holds position and pulls security while the rest of the force gets in.
Don't worry about the explosion.
No, you're good. Gesek, just leave it. Just leave it.
I think they were trying to blow up a tree.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No, just leave it. I'll stay up here.
Because they're stuck because of the tree. Wait, so someone's stuck? Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, short version, there is a side that I tried to remove because I can't move the bunker. He didn't.
That's hilarious. What the hell is that? All right. So I do appreciate Blue Force position right here on this building. That's a very obvious position to maneuver, and I think Slushy was predicting this would be an issue, so she's moved all her forces north. And yeah, we have a BTR on Northern Security as well, but it's not focusing there, it's focusing south. Hunt IR is going up. Wait for it. Parachute! Yeah, so that from there should be able to look up and see everything moving around on that side. Where is... Yeah, so they're holding in an MRAP, basically waiting to be deployed. I'm a little worried that BTR is going to be a bit overextended. Yeah, but the map barrier is so they can't get up on the ridge and overwatch, which is very limiting to the vehicles themselves, but that should be doable. We have someone dead. Kabubi died. I think he got run over by the Vic, which is hilarious. And now you got Op4 shooting at their own. Kiri just shot out the Hunt IR that his own guys utilized, and there was... What the hell happened here? What?
Okay, yeah, but there's gonna be another nade landing.
Okay.
They're saying it was a nade, so I think that was a bad frag because they're not in range to be UGL'd. A little worried because right off the bat, we're having some blue on blue here on both sides. BTR is now pushing up. Honestly, BTR needs to be watching the left flank if it's going to be on the far left side. And that's where that Humvee could come in and do a lot of damage. But now it looks like it's folding in with its infantry screen, which is smart. We have a bit of a delay by these forces because they took a bit of friendly fire, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Otherwise, Blue 4 has been pulled back to this defense line, I think realizing based off the shots that their hostiles are coming from the northwest. So that was a good call on Oddball's side. We have an M2 deployed back here. And we have a BRDM going off on its own on the far northern side. That's a very big mistake. It's going ahead of the infantry on Charlie. It's probably going to get spotted by that M2 and torn apart. GL's firing. Not sure if there was someone right there. But now you're starting to have shots being exchanged here. This is where the BTRs need to come up and start supporting, but with these tree lines, it's going to be a bit tough for them to do that, but we have vehicles coming up and supporting as well. They're suppressing part of the bunker lines as they try to figure out where hostiles are. The RDM came around and actually started firing first, but now the M2 is returning fire. And that BRDM's dead in the water. No surprise there. So that asset's wasted. Charlie 2 is going to be holding flank security, which I appreciate and agree with, but that BRDM should not have been on its own. So Op 4 getting right against where they need to start getting into town. This is where they're probably going to take the most casualties, which means this is where Bluck has the most room to get a lot of pickoffs and good grenade throws. So we got marksman fire coming in on that one survivor's position. I do appreciate the vehicle supports. I'm a little worried where that BTR is going, though. I think it's going over to where the contact could potentially be. And it's going to potentially, if it overextends, fall into the same issue that the BRDM fell in. But this security element is going to prevent Blue 4 from being able to properly counterattack, which is smart. So I do appreciate the BTR holding. It's going to move a bit forward. It doesn't want to move right to where the BRDM got taken out because that'll put it in the same firing line. That's really risky, but that is something Pepega would pull. Looks like Bluck either pulled back or was taken out. He pulled back. Now you got Op 4 charging right in, getting their foot in the door on the first objective. This is, I think, what's going to determine the match. It's going to be how many casualties does Op 4 get, and how many do they inflict. Because if Blue 4 loses this objective but inflicts a bunch of casualties and is able to pull a lot of their forces out, they're much more likely to win this round. You got cover between buildings here as the BTR suppresses into that first building, but yeah, they're coming around. I mean, this is literally just 3 MG3 gunners. That's ridiculous. But yeah, they're not gonna do shit against a BTR. All right, so BTR's come around. It's caught these guys retreating. It was able to get 1 kill. Knock out the vehicle there as well. It's taking return M2 fire. Someone got out of the Vic, so now it's only a 2-man team. They're pulling back. They're getting into a bit of defilade to cover there, but they were able to knock the M2 Humvee down. That's a great score there. Meiju suppressing into Swola's position. I guess the question is, after Op 4 takes this objective, what do they do next? Because they're trading evenly right now, which is fine. But at that point, you just have to reposition your forces and push on ahead. These open kill zones are going to be nasty. But if Op 4 still has their BTRs to support the infantry like they have been, then they should be fine. Nav's pushing around. Yeah, I think, no, I saw your, or were you with Alpha when you got pulled back in the BTR? Gotcha. This is really, really risky if Blue 4 decides to start opening up with those MG3s. Yep. One goes down. Azariah trying to get Night Owl.
Inside the fucking group of buildings.
They're calling that out. Naf's now firing. He's trying to get a proper firing line on G-Legs. Knocks G-Legs out. This is an issue. You gotta get the BTR up, because if Op4 starts coming into this open field to engage the contact, they're gonna get chewed apart. BTR extending a little bit, but I don't think Blue 4 has any AT in this situation. You got Nerdin coming around on the rear. Finn, that was really, really silly. Don't know why you were doing that, buddy, but you got your just dessert there. This BTR now overextending. Thankfully, there's no AT to immediately take it out to punish it. You got Op4 pushing up. A nice double kill right there. And the infantry are going to be able to pull away from this position and go for the objective. That's what they should be doing right now. BTR still overextending, but I don't see any AT over here. A lot of Blue 4's actually pulling away from this objective. For a first round, though, this being a rush objective, this is going to take a while. Probably the full round, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, this group is going ahead. Most of the force is still stalled, but since Blue 4's pulled a lot of their forces back, this is where things could get messy. Mike getting caught out in the open now. Again, these guys need to pull away from this area, because otherwise Scandy's gonna pull him off. Azariah gets tapped by Mike. Nap's now firing at Mike. So this is showing the weakness of the MG3. You gotta have it bipoded, or you gotta get really, really good or really lucky at controlling its stability. But yeah, that fire is just pinning all these forces down, but for the casualties these guys have inflicted, it's been worth it. Hack has started. I wonder if Solomon sees Arcor's head. No, he does not. Arcor on 3 kills. Could potentially get more. As a rifleman in Charlie 1, most of Charlie 1 down, but has been getting some good pickoffs. How did Nerdin get all the way over there if the rest of Delta's in the group? That's kind of weird. Yeah, BTR should just stay here and hunker down that area. Arcor tossing some grenades in. Blows himself up with his own grenade! You gotta wait for the explosion first before you breach, you goober! Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Maybe he heard another grenade. Was there another grenade that went off and maybe he thought that was his? Oh, that's funny. Nemesis is gonna probably get a lucky grenade kill here. Yep, on Shy. You never know what chucking a grenade will do. It doesn't count the kill, though, because ace damage doesn't always work. But yeah, Banks getting some more grenade throws in here. Scoring some more kills. So that first hack is done. Let's look at the roster here. Quite a few skulls on both sides. I think Op4 still has a number advantage, but it's very, very tight. Grenade going near Nafs. Doesn't kill him, though. I think it got caught in some of the bushes, though. And Cullis is able to close in CQC and take him out. More grenades being thrown. That one wounds Cullis again. But yeah, Op4 sending some waves down. Hey, Boo. How are you? I'm busy working. I know you can see. She had an eye exam today and her prescription altered, so. You can see in 1080p. So I think they spotted Cullis moving north with Nafs, but yeah, this is potentially a bad idea because, I mean, 2 machine gunners might be able to mow all these guys down. Dobbs staying short here. You still have Nemesis right here, and this is where Blue 4, any defender, has a big opportunity to get a lot of multi-kills with anyone that's left behind. And that is the biggest weakness for attackers. Interestingly enough, we have a group on the back line. Might be trying for a back cap as Blue 4 is redeploying to cover their other areas here. But yeah, in terms of the attacking numbers and the remainder of things on the sides here, I think this is in Defender's hands. And I'm going to be honest, it's just because the nature... This is why I don't always like rush objectives, is because they're very Defender-focused. Like, it's very hard for an attacker to win a defense, a rush objective. Because just with the amount of grenades and people lost in the first AO, I mean, that's skull count compared to what you have on Blue 4. Granted, they lost a full group, but they've got all these other groups that are mostly fresh. I don't think the attackers are going to win based off of the remaining infantry groups we still have left over. We could see Op4 just backcap Sector 3, but I don't know. We could... There's a lot of ways this can go. You got the BTRs now on their own on the northern side. The infantry are kind of left to trickle in. Charlie 2's in a weird position, though, to, I guess, potentially come around and flank, but I don't know. It's very foreign how everything's been deployed right here. Bye, honey. And then you got the rest of these guys pulling back, but this might allow Naps to get some free pickoffs. If he spots them in time.
I'm coming.
Shut up, Larry. I know they can't backcap, but they can still have units on top of that objective ready to take Terminal 2. So BTRs are now coming in. We still have Matt in play, and Iander's opted to go along this security ridge here, which is going to give him some really good sight lines. You got Nem. I think he was double tapping because he's not on a kill. He's going to pick up an enemy gun to confuse weapon ID. Oh, come on! Foster! Foster!
Can we catch a ride?
Batty comes over. Oh, man. Are you a Foster or a Batty, chat? I have some days where I'm a Foster and some days I'm a Batty. So interestingly enough, these guys are going to end up driving right into this squad's defensive line. They only have one piece of light anti-tank, though. But they're blowing past. And I have no idea why. But the infantry are starting to group up and go into two separate areas. This could be tough. So why are they rushing? This is just going to put them in echo sight lines. What the hell? Maybe to try to lock down the... It's really risky, though, because you got this defensive position right here that they can snipe the vehicles from. Foster's the name of a relatively common beer. Ha! He may have had a few of those before playing. Hey, Flux, how you doing? You're the baddie? Oh, I know you are. I mean, you're part of Pepega. You're the baddies. Yep. And there's one. Kind of a waste of the BTRs. Not gonna lie. Like, come on, where would they put the mat position out of everywhere? They'd obviously put it on that ridge. Like, there's no other position to put it. Because with that ridge, they can cover the entirety of the AO. That should have been a given. Or just because the other vehicles got by earlier. I think that's why they thought this was safe, because they weren't there previously. I would just say, hey, if you're able to sneak fix by, cool, but always assume that there's something up there because that's the most obvious spot to put it. Second AT, hits. And that is most of Pepega dead and the BTRs nullified. BTRs went out of position away from the infantry screen. We're taken out. Not surprised. You have literally the best map player I have ever seen across the entirety of Arma, across any content made by any YouTuber, any stream I've ever been on, any event I've ever covered. That is the best player, and that explosive charge is about to work wonders. I lied, but that grenade. And that grenade. If it was a satchel, it would have done much more damage. That's why I don't like charges in PvP or even PvE. It just doesn't have the explosive potential you'd think it would compared to an explosive satchel. Now, roster's going to get clucked here. Stripper curse times 10. And you're dead. Now the real question is, does Op4 still have the infantry numbers to clear the rest of Blue 4's infantry? And I'm going to be honest, the answer looks like no. Because they're going to have to get up on this ridge and attack from the ridge. They still have the time to, mind you, but it's just... I don't think that's it. Pogo's going to try to get the truck and drive off. Does anyone have AT to stop him? They won't be able to because there's defensive units on that ridge. Get on that second story and start firing back. He got it stuck! He got it stuck! That's amazing. Yeah, Op4's momentum's disorganized because Command rushed ahead, the BTRs rushed ahead. I think everything fell apart because they simply lost communication between the groups. Because you got Charlie with a 4-man team going on, a 5-man team going on its own up here. The ridge is cleared because Alpha fully pulled back to take that position. You have Oddball up here.
You're on my team.
Watching those units go in. So Alpha and Charlie are just kind of completely disorganized at that point. RPG whiffed that shot. But at that range, you're not going to hit it. Don't know what they tried. Nah, it's Slushy and Kiri, but they've gone ahead to go and backcap this objective. I think that was their biggest mistake, was doing the backcap. They should have stuck with their forces so they could continue to micro them, which you don't normally want to do, but at least to give them the orders of, hey, stick together and keep moving in this area. Because yes, this group is beating out that position, but this is just going to be a matter of how well can these 5 do against this remaining defensive group. How long will it take for the Scandi Recon group to get behind a group and do significant damage? These guys are going to mount up and basically pull back. And then how well is this group going to do against all the retreating forces? The second objective is activated, but the third objective is not because they have to be taken in order, so that one's not doable. So I feel like the infantry have just been left to dry. The BTRs would have really helped them out, but those were wasted, unfortunately. So now we just gotta wait and see. Hold on. The goober. Anything Op4 can do to salvage? Slushy needs to get one of those Vics and rush back and reorganize her forces. That's as simple as that. This person's not on my roster. Op4 has a ghost with AT. See, do they have a marksman here, though? I don't see one. I see a grenadier, though. But yeah, they don't have any long-range support. I saw him on there briefly. Yeah, okay. That truck is gonna dismount behind them and sweep them. And that's the best call they can make. These guys, I think, are gonna continue on foot, take the ridge area, and then continue to move, but... These guys are eventually gonna have to trickle down as well. Yep, there's the dismount. Okay, no, G-Legs is a marksman. No kills yet, though. Standing, they're not going to really be able to make a shot. Because these guys are pretty well entrenched back here. This is what's scaring me the most here, and I think Naps might have had a shot, but G-Legs pulled down. These guys still advancing. They got 2 explosive specialists, though, so if they can engage in CQC and start throwing charges, that's where this group's going to shine. But because they're a smaller group, they might be able to keep the mobility going despite suppression. Because if they're not able to, then this group's going to catch them in the rear and just blow them away.
When you're good to go, boys. They're at the crossroads.
So I think they're taking a, yeah, they're taking a stamina break.
I'm good to go.
This force might come around, go on Terminal 3 and get ambushed. These guys coming down, Oddball's watching them go in. Maybe, there is still a chance for Oppor to turn this around, but it's going to be tight. AT being fired into buildings, it's not really going to do much, unfortunately. G-Legs on the far left, trying to find an angle. Trying to hit that turret. Gets a few hits and at least knocks him off. I thought that was a body, it was just a rock. These guys still coming. And those forces have halted. There's 1 casualty on the southern side because there's another. This is where the 3 of them are going to box everyone in. And then it's going to have to be reliant on this main force to push in. That truck's pulling back with 4 people, so there's going to be a small-scale fight on the final objective. I do appreciate that they keep checking their rear, but... that truck is coming right... nope, it might bypass. More AT fired. And someone got picked off.
Oh my god, I'm alive.
Kickball trying to close on Night Owl. That is a mini-me, yep. Night Owl, if you have a grenade, now would be a good time. G-Legs is going to get shot in the rear, and I think Naps is going to clean up these guys. Grenades go out, that's what gets Night Owl. Yep. G-Legs quick to immediately move after hearing those gunshots. Might be able to do something about it, but Cullis is going to close the CQC. Will Naps get the report in time? No, no, Naps going to get there before the report is transferred by G-Legs. And here comes Naps. Yep. They got a shot on him, which was great, but... all they could get. I think he's still taking friendly fire, though. G-Legs tries to push, gets taken out by Yanni. Not surprised. Now you got Oppor trickling down. Truck bypassed and dismounted down here. Don't know. Looks like they're going to pull back. Op4 still have a few guys in the town, but this is where it's just going to be pure PvP that determines it. Again, I think Op4's biggest mistake were the two BTRs pushing out on their own when there was an infantry squad that was hostile and they should have been helping to take that out. But that mat position was predictable. Still got those two in the AO. These four are going to come and basically assist with the pushing here. Seismo's taking a mini-me, which is practically a 249, and is going to try to take the fight to this adjacent ridge. Not a bad call there. Not a bad gun to pick up either, considering the circumstances. I think Op4 has been defeated in detail to some extent, and then they overextended. You got Mackenzie now firing at infantry coming up this ridge, making them fire back in panic suppression. But these guys just need to join the fight. Leave one guy, leave the 2 IC, and just move in and assist your forces by taking that ridge. Otherwise, you're not going to get anywhere. I think Sam got the kill there with the marksman rifle. They're throwing more grenades out and about. There might potentially be some blue on blue here. More AT fired. That hits up the ridge here. Yeah, they've been taking the mini-me's. It's a good gun to take. Yeah, you're in the open, dude. I think all the bullets are hitting this body, though. Foster died. In this back window, we heard some machine gun bursts. So Night Owl is up here and alone as the squad lead. But looking at the numbers, I think Blue 4 has the number advantage now. Op4 has to come down these open hills. Dowdok's trying to get some pickoffs on NASA. Sam and Seismo don't realize there's forces behind them. That's because GLs are only on the team leader side, so you don't really see them anymore. Oh, NASA. Yeah. Now, statistically, whenever we see someone attempt to do a back cap, it almost always fails. And this is going to be no exception, because those infantry could have helped in the final push. Command could have helped coordinate the remaining force, because instead you just had a small force come in, rally all Blue 4 to the final objective, and then the larger force come in. But now that Blue 4's rallied as the defenders, they're going to be able to repulse this. And NASA, I think, is about to go on a little bit of a spree, because this ridge was never fully cleared. Yeah. That truck goes up. I mean, look at the amount of inventory we have here. Funny enough, actually, they're firing up at Dowdok's here. NASA gets taken out because people noticed. Again, I think the first AO's assault did fine. BTRs pushing ahead of the infantry is what kind of sealed the deal, and then, you know, things got completely disorganized, and, you know, this happened. But that's why I also say rush objectives are really, really difficult to win. Because on its face, it's really hard for a commander to command its squads after the first objective. You know, everything just kind of falls apart. And this round was no exception. I think the back cap was a silly idea, though. They shouldn't have rushed forces around to give the BTRs a false sense of security from the map position. They should have just kept everyone uniform. They could have totally had a force come in down here and another force on Overwatch to support it. The BTR is supporting from the open areas, one even coming up here to support, but yeah, it was silly. But not surprised. So now you're just relying on 6 remaining infantry down here, 1 guy in Overwatch, and 3 guys back here. And we're going to see a time call in 2 minutes. That was kind of funny. Not gonna lie, that was kind of funny. Nafs gets picked off because he pokes his head out, and there's only one of the 3 riflemen looking in that direction.
Jestem jak sytuacja.
Yanni doesn't check the full corner. That's what I've noticed too. Scandy doesn't always check the full freaking corner, and it costs them. Oh my god. And then he gets killed too. Oh my god. And then he gets killed too. The 3 man. Let's see if Yanni wakes back up. Oh. That grenade's gonna get absorbed by that rock. And it double taps Yanni! Oh. So what you're saying, boss, is there's a chance. Will Nim check the full corner? Yes, she does. Lesyak wasn't able to get the security shots in time. One of them goes down, but Nimia goes down. Nimia tries to play Spider-Man. Maz shoots him in the ass, and now we only have Polish Pepe here. What I like to do is, if I'm unsupported, I'll poke my head out and immediately pull it back, and if I saw something, I'll just lob a grenade over. Nim wakes back up again. Polish is going to show Nimia the door. Ouch. And now it's 2 versus a shit ton, with 3 additional coming in. All right, so it's 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 2-1. I still think it's doable for Op4. I think Op4 should have left Kiri behind on the terminal, because at this point you have 12 minutes remaining. There's no way you're going to be able to run down here and back. So not having someone stay behind is a mistake, because now you're just guaranteeing you're going to lose either way. Is there room for a comeback? Yes. Is it unlikely? Also yes. Can we still believe? Also yes. Oh, boy. So I think Olaf's tossing some grenades over. Oddball, I think, was putting some shots on Olaf. Polish, I think, is doing medical right here to stay concealed. Technically in cover, but, you know, to stay hidden. Now you got Blue 4 reinforcements trickling down as well. Polish hears those footsteps. Now Zyander, now over those those gunshots going to be hard to hear, but Polish knows that someone just moved around. And Olaf got taken out. 11v4. These guys are slowing down, possibly to take a stamina break. I think they've realized that if they want to win, someone's going to have to go back and get the terminal. So now it's going to be a 3v11 down, 3v10. Polish Pepe beats out Iander. Don't see any blood, so Polish might have gotten away with that for 5 kills. All right. Op4 is going to need a miracle. Polish, I mean, he's been pulling his weight. I haven't seen him do something like this before, so that's 5 kills. And we got Kiri, who is okay, and then I have no idea who Freebird is. But at least they have a medic, so they can patch themselves up as they keep going, but that's going to eat clock time. There's 10 minutes. But Celestial will be in position to take Terminal 3 if these two can somehow clutch it. But I think they'll actually be able to get to the terminal, initiate the hack. The question is, can they hold it for the 90 seconds? Blah, blah, blah. They're going to have to channel their inner spirit of Audrey Hotto. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, what's that? You're stealing my lines.
Thanks for the complimentary 762 or 556.
Oh no, now Blue Force coming back to reinforce the building. An explosive satchel would work wonders here, but I don't think they got that.
Yeah. Next map, top right, yellow marker. Oh.
It doesn't have a special symbol on it, so I doubt it's actually set to invincible. Kiri's gonna start sighting these guys. You know, this is gonna probably be a Freebird to Qatar solo moment. This is either gonna go really, really well or really, really poorly. Jolt, I think, spotted Kiri and threw a grenade. Oh, that second one, poor Kiri. Yeah. Bird on 1. Immediately ducks left. I think trying to sight Cholt here. Can you get the lawn shot? Gets the lawn shot! That's 2 for Freebird. Kosh in the window. Freebird trying to spray, doesn't nail it. We need to see Polish come in. Grenade goes out. Freebird taunting.
Ow! You shot me in my femur, you douchebag!
Wait a minute.
Oh, there we go. There goes my femur.
Huh. I know who that is. Anyway, Polish Pepe still hiding in a corner. And now we gotta wait for Polish to do something. This is a weird round. All right, Polish. Ah, they're calling it. All right, well. Yeah, I think Op4 had an opportunity there, but it did fall apart, unfortunately. All right, let's see what the next round does. Well, they called it because Polish didn't move from that one building, so, you know, c'est la vie. Obviously, they need to reset the map after. Shut the fuck up. What's that? Oh, god damn it. Have fun, Patak. All right. Halanma. All right, I'm going to tab out and work on my, whatchamacallits, the commands. Gotta change them out. All right, there we go. All right, let's see. Map is going to be... the mission. This is round 2, where... it's an ad sector. Blue 4 is attacking 3. Wait. Yeah, Blue 4 is attacking, so Blue 4 has an 8% numbers advantage. An LAV. Okay. Interesting. Wow, Green 4 has a BTR 80 Alpha. Okay. I see where this is going. All right, you got it, Don. I'm just reading chat. Sure, Shark, why not? Feel free to send it. Alright, we're at 94. Round 2 will be begin momentarily. Overall, that round was alright. But yeah, I would say, just in my own personal playbook, having a rush objective to start, I mean, I would say the first round is more of a warm-up round for the entire night, so, you know, having a long rush like that, I mean, it's their call at the end of the day, but it was messy. Lolo, I don't recall. Spartan, I want the goat back, please. Alrighty. Man. Right, Lolo, have a good one. All right, let's talk about today. So we have FNF going into probably another 2 hours for the next 2 rounds, unless they both last the entire time, in which case we'll be done by 7. And then 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got a Warhammer 40k off, and then probably around 10 or 11, we'll scream more Green Hell. And then Saturday, we are going to have a Horror Zeus op at 1 p.m. I might jump in and play some Antistasi with some people at 3. And then my 9 p.m. Zeus op for MW got pushed back to next week. That's the final one for them. So I might just play some DayZ in the evening. Why did Freebird get kicked for lone wolfing, but Major Cotton didn't? I'm not gonna go there, all right? Look, all I'm gonna say is there's a reason I only cover one of the 2 branches, because I disagree with some decisions that are made at the staff level. But I still like to cover FNF because I have a lot of people that like me covering it, including the head honcho of the early branch. And as long as he still appreciates me here, I will continue to be here. NA is just a gated community. I can't speak of it because I was there for their first run. I don't know how it's changed. I don't know if it's ever changed. All I know is I gave it a fair shot. I didn't like what I saw compared to what they advertise it as, so I just decided not to cover it. Simple as that. But because I don't actively cover it, I have no idea how it's changed. So if you want, go check it out for yourself. However, to get in there, you have to be invited. So I don't know. Antistasi, 3 p.m., but it's going to be in Bo's community. So take that with a grain of salt, Falcon. I mean, I'm having them slowly fix their medical and other settings. I find it really funny how they do their MOSs, quote-unquote. But that's just how the YouTuber wants it, so that's how he's going to get it. Hey, Roger, how you doing? Oh, but oh my gosh, yes! Oh my gosh, I'll be in a group with Falcon and Bernardi. That'll be the damn day. We can watch them suicide charge in. It'll be funny. Roger, if referring to yesterday's, it was subpar, but that's because of mission file tinkering, but there was no maliciousness tied to it. It was just people didn't know. The one tonight, though, I'm excited for, because I'm starting to really tie together how I've come along and learning how to do entire map coordination and development. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. And Freebird got banned for lone wolfing. I think we should all get behind and free the bird from his ban, but that's just me. Malon's gonna yell at me after this stream, I already know it. As a disclaimer, I will say this. Falcon, the first time you spoke, I was like, okay. So I immediately panned away because I didn't want to know. And then you started going on yelling, and I'm like, oh, okay, no, that is definitely you. But he has a very distinguishable voice. This is EU, but they prefer to call themselves the early branch now. I don't know, they wanted their pronouns changed. That seems to be a trend these days. I personally don't get it, but hey, it's fine. Oh god, now they're saying gamer words in chat. God, this is a very toxic community. Respect the pronouns or get canceled. Alright, what's that? I'm sorry. Your pronouns are what's and that's. Literally. What is that? Yeah, I mean, I try to keep politics out of my stuff, so I'm gonna maintain that, but it's interesting where all of this is going, not just in the US, but globally, but, I mean, there's other issues at that level. I know, I miss the big titty golf GFs in high school. We still had those as I was growing up. I'm only in my mid-20s right now, but those were the days. Oh yeah, and then everyone having an emo phase. I mean, Bloodwing had an emo phase. I just had a weird loner phase. Actually, no, I'm still in that phase. Shit. Wait a minute, I'm in my mid-20s. No! I just sought attention over the internet and became a YouTuber. No! I never got out of it. No! The Army Men Op was canceled because the mod was broken. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There goes 5 hours of work. I could probably rerun it, but I'm gonna give it a break instead because I don't feel like doing that. I have Bloodwing, though? Right! I've got the Greek KGB whatever equivalent on me now. Help me. Anyway. If no... with the pumped up Kicks lyrics. Self-report. Why Bloodwing got that as her instead of Chicken Wings? Are you actually asking a serious question? Because she does call herself Chicken Wing when she's on TeamSpeak, but that's besides the point. Are you making a joke or actually being serious? Because I have to... Yeah, you didn't know? Okay, that's fair. Because, yeah, no, she does call herself Chicken Wing on TeamSpeak.
Welcome, shall we?
Ah! Now, if you're playing in the round, get the heck out of this channel, because you know how we deal with stream snipers. It makes good content. I mean, we tell Malin immediately. Oh my gosh, we tell Malin immediately because it's totally unfair, and it doesn't make good content. No siree. No, watching someone just freebird everyone. Oh no, it's Malin. Oh no, I just got a DM. I gotta go talk with the admins after the stream. Oh no. Alright, sectors can be taken in any order. We have Sector 1, Sector 3, and Sector 2. So whoever was in charge of naming the sectors is dyslexic for putting them in that order. But you know what? I understand. Yeah. So blue 4 spawn on the north, green 4 on the south. We'll see how this round goes. And we'll see how things go. What's that? Why you be pinning messages like that? Do I know? I don't know. Accidental pin, but hey. It works. Yes, it's dyslexic if it's numbers, just like if it's letters. I mean, let's just ask my favorite dyslexic person, Falcon. Falcon! What are your thoughts? Ah, yes, that is an incoherent phrase. Thank you. Wow. A lot of good feedback there. You know, I always try to learn and get better as a streamer, and that's really going to help me. Had a stroke? Yeah, should probably get that checked out. You just spent 20,000 channel points. People still have more. There's some of you hoarders out there. I've actually looked and seen the total amounts of channel points some of you have. Some of y'all are in the millions. And you scare me. Oh, you scare me. It's a currency that one day we'll have a use for. But that day is not today. I'm not a betting man, but I am a lurking man. Yeah, right? So these are going to be featuring kits with new fictional uniforms for more flexibility. So these are made-up factions. Oh, we're going to go into Fairy Tale Land. So 2026? Yeah, maybe when Arma 4 comes out. Yeah. 1,000,000 channel points gets you 1 copy of Arma 4. It's literally what you're working towards. Iago camo pattern, if only. If only. Ah, man. Oh, apparently Malin also gets credit according to Maz, but you know what? Malin, nope. It's all Banks' stuff. Yep. It's all Banks, 100%. There's no Malin here. Malin is actually just a myth, okay? No one knows he's, I mean, have you ever seen Malin before? That's what I thought. All right, let's go ahead and look at the mission here. So, here is what we have for our mission brief. Depso, 2 valleys, 1 forest. I see. That's a stunt Malin there. He's not a real one. 2 valleys, 1 forest. That's inappropriate. Anyway, background. PMCs from a Jula group are recruited to fight against a newly formed army of a well-known cartel in South America. Note, HE shells have been removed because both sides have autocannon vehicles. Delicious. All right. Render distance is 1,250 meters. Defender build points are 160. That is 45 points above... No, 35 points above the 125 build point cap there. Medium anti-tank is 2 80 rounds per side. My bad. Blue 4 is going to be your modern private military company olive camouflage kits by Maz. All right. You got Mark 18 Mod 1 5.56 rifles. G7, Glock 17 as the handgun. Light machine gun in Alpha Bravo Charlie is going to be the M249. Medium machine gun in Delta is going to be the M240 Golf. Light anti-tank is going to be the M136. Crew and aviation get a choice of the MP7 or the Mark 18. No crew served weapons. Their assets include an LAV. This LAV has 70 AP rounds and 1,200 rounds of A762x51 coax and 2 smoke screens to deploy. They have 2 MRAPs, which are empty. They don't have any weapon armament on it. Transport Humvee that can carry 4... 2 50 cal MRAPs with 1,500, actually no, just 1, my bad, with 1,500 rounds total. You got 2 transport trucks, another Humvee with an M2 on it, and another MRAP. Cool. Looking at Blue 4, we have Night Owl commanding. Slushy has the 2IC Mackenzie as the medic. Roofy leading Alpha with Mike and Misfit under him. Their marksman rifle, by the way, is going to be a Mark 11 7.62x51 marksman rifle. Awesome. Wheaton leading Alpha 1 with Frank, Alexander, Owens, Daniel, Cooper, and Otovisky under him. Zwak leading Alpha 2 with Polish Pepe, Sleafy, Dewadox, and Leziak under him. Bravo being led by Pierce with Games Kropa as the marksman, Batty as the medic, and Steve as the 2IC with the UGL, excuse me. Kabubi Face leading Bravo 1 with Muzzy, Kokilda, that's it. Fonz, Depso, Vagrant, and Puma under him. Norris leading Bravo 2 with Bates, Soy Boy, Harrington, and Kukura under him. Solomon's leading Charlie with Mike as the marksman, Peju as the medic, Andriri leading Charlie 1 with Asada, Bard, Nerdin, and Cherviak under him. Pro Hunter leading Charlie 2 with Skiga, Gogu, Eric, Crazy, and Roderick under him. And then they have a dedicated vehicle crew under Gamma. I mean, they don't have any Delta machine gunners, interesting, which is Chult, Inara, and Arcor under him. Interesting. So there's our cute little LAV right there. And then we've got all these other things. Now, looking over at Garoon 4 here, we've got their uniform is going to be a generic military Flectarn camouflage groups for a PMC. Loadout's going to be AK-74s modernized. That's what the M means. They can either take Zentico rails or UK rails. Basically, Western optics with Zentico or Eastern optics with UUK. Or an AKS if they want it to be true Chads. And then the MP443 Garage. Light machine gunners in Alpha Bravo Charlie get the RPK. Medium machine gunners in Delta get the PKP. Light anti-tank is going to be the RPG. And crew and aviation get the choice of PP2000 or an AKS. Assets are BTR-80 Alpha with 70 AP rounds and 2,762x54 rounds for their PKT. Gas, 1 single gas transport, 2 UAZ transports, BRDM with the KPTV, and then 2 gas trucks and 2 gas transports with... There's no way in hell that the AGS is on, so it's probably just going to be the PKM up top. On their roster, we have Curie commanding. Shy leading Alpha 1 with Mutant as the marksman. Marksman rifle, I believe, is going to be the SVD. Yep. And you've got Sam as the medic. Alpha 1 be led by Olaf with Kale, Insanity, Patriot, Seismo, and Pyros under him. NASA leading Bravo. There's no Alpha 2. Interesting. NASA leading Bravo with Bob Winchester as the 2IC. Gazaga is the marksman. Pogo underscores the medic. Bluck leading Bravo 1 with Ivno, Kermit, Major Khan, and Swola under him. Lolo leading Bravo 2 with Ash, Coach, Tackleberry, Wonder, Wombat, and Banks under him. King leading Charlie with Flux as the marksman and Roster as the medic. Guy Fury leading Charlie 1 with Artisan Korvac, Armageddon, and Novix under him. Delta being led by Scandi Recon, Flying Finn. Having Delta Command there with Iander as the medic, Cullis, Maz, and Nemesis taking the machine guns. I believe Maz is taking a assistant crew for more ammo. Azariah taking Delta 2, Lee with Dobbs, Yanni, Nimia, and Naps under him. And then the vehicle crew of the 80 Alpha is going to be Arcane, G-Legs, and Blam. All right, putting Scandi Papega together, that's an interesting call. I do like the autocannon use because there's a big amount of open fields here with a nice amount of render distance. Going ahead and looking over at the sectors. Sector 2 out in front is this little open area here with these nice open fields all around. Bit of a weak internal security job, but that's fine. Got some riverbeds to utilize as cover, but people can also use those to come into the objective from the open. But, yeah, locking down those open fields, that wouldn't be that bad of an AO. You just got to watch your southern side. Sector 3 is another outcropping of buildings with some that you can enter inside of. You got some open areas to lock down, but a lot more forced areas, but some smaller open areas here as well, but not a lot of cover to really help you lock those areas down. And then you got Sector 1 in the middle of this town. Yeah, it's right next to a town, but it's only a small part of the town. I think it's this facility itself, which they've already started fortifying, but I mean, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to lock down the entire town with your player count. So, in my opinion, this is probably the weakest of the AOs. But it looks like they're going to be stern to defend it because we're already seeing some fortifications being built. But overall, not bad. I'd love to see Sector 2 put on defense, but hey, we'll just have to see how things go. But otherwise, what do you guys think about this scenario? Papega and Scandi are both on green for. Pierce, I don't see. Oh, no, he's on blue for, because I know some of you do the Pierce bet. Yeah, Reforger is not really stable for large amounts of people on the network side. That's on Bohemia to update it and get it ready to go. But again, Reforger is a test demo. Tech demo, excuse me. Well, you know, same thing. So we're just we gotta wait patiently on that side. All right. All right, cool. Sorry, I was just going over some DMs on Discord as I let you guys gather your thoughts. I lose, Broadshore, shut up. My bet is in. Already made my bet. Yeah. Just ignore the flying guy. Oh, yeah, of course. Is the match done? No, the match is starting, Joker. This is the second match, and there will still be a third match after that. First match was a defender victory. I mean, how to attack these AOs is kind of simple. Just for Sector 2, there's two different ways you can go. You can either sweep left to right or right to left. If you're going to sweep right to left, hug the westernmost side of the, easternmost side of the AO, come around, hit the sector on the rear, have your long-range vehicles come down this side. You can have your Humvee run interference and drive around and then, you know, spray at things, have your autocannon set up, engage at will, then move and take Sector 3, and then move down and take Sector 1. If you want to sweep west to east, you can honestly just deploy your forces here utilizing this SSR. Actually, that would be an MSR, AO considered. Deploy your forces around here, have them going on foot. Maybe send in another team if you really want to be extra to flank around the side, but I think you can fit everything in on attacking on this northern side and also branch them off to take Sector 3 as well. And then you're fine. And of course, let me explain how sectors work real quick. As long as the defenders have more people in the sector than the attackers at any given time, the sector won't be taken. At the point the attackers have more people in the sector than the defenders, a 90-second timer will start counting down. If at any point the the attackers lose the number advantage in the sector, the timer stops counting down and it gets reset. So as long as you have more people in the sector, you're fine. Defenders need to maintain at least one sector by the end of the mission to win. The attackers need to take all sectors by the end of the mission to win. Or the entire squad gets, or the entire side gets wiped. Then the surviving side wins. Spending 14 minutes into the match when Liru mentions the pincer maneuver. Ha! I'm going to be honest, I've stopped talking about more advanced tactics like that because you rarely see them done. And I don't know how many commanders are actually walking back and listening and trying to get that done. But also, on seeing and listening to local communications and videos on how hard it is as a commander to coordinate the infantry at a squad level, not even to like directly micro them, but to say, hey, can you hold for like 2 minutes so the other side gets in position? And of course they don't hold, they still go in and die unsupported. I've pretty much given up on the fact that you're going to see advanced maneuvers like that in FNF unless you have a very good commander. Which means you also have to have really good squad leaders that are going to keep listening. But it be like that. All right, you got Blue 4 driving down. It looks like a majority of them are still back at base. 4 minutes left, but you're going to see them come down over there. This is scaring me because this is looking like a force split.
Somebody fucking steal it? What?
A little bit of a miscoordination of assets here, from what I'm hearing.
This is Alpha. Right. The one with the roof.
Wow, this round has over 500,000 points in the pool. That's insane.
Okay. Right out the one. Top of the back.
That's not good.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out with the arm rig. We're gonna get one arm back. Otherwise, you guys get in the truck.
Alright.
Can I get
Vote blue, it's good for morale. Over 650,000 points in the pool. We haven't seen an FNF bet get that high in a while. Broadshore, if that's the case, double your money. It's that easy. Don't get baited. Because, I'm going to be honest, the Scandi Papega defense is going to be pretty nasty here. So is the naked guy with the BTR-80 Alpha. But I do appreciate seeing the autocannons here. You can only bet 200,000 at any given time? Boo. Boo, Wendy Testerberger. Boo. Yeah, Scandi and Papega on green 4 on defense. in a jungly, or not a jungly, a forested area that they can easily outflank, especially with the terrain having all these dips and hills and whatnot. Corporal Void. Alright, so looks like most of the units are now going on that side, but we still have a single squad over here. Weirdly enough. So they might actually be turning all their forces around to keep them consolidated, which I agree with, but we also have this one guy running. And there's the mission start. So they're probably going to do a left to right sweep. Green Force predicting this, and they're immediately sending Pepega on their own to deal with it. We're going to be smart in the convoy order as if they had the autocannon in front, but obviously they're not going to do that. I think they're holding, waiting for the rest of the convoy to come in. Yeah, this vehicle come back potentially to pick him up. But he didn't get in the Vic yet. Get in, Nakey man. Alright, you're good. And we still have this. Ooh, Blue 4 is an AFK! 80 Alpha was coming out, but now it's pulling back. They're parking right here. Marksman overwatching on the rear.
Alright, I'll stay as your gunner. Actually, no, I'm getting out. I'm getting out, hang on.
Yeah, they need the AT to be out. Oh, this should be good. First truck is a soft skin target. I'm not your buddy, guy. Or are you parodying the fact that you're named the dude? So why are you last? Like, I get it if you don't want that precious asset to be first, but then have the Humvee first instead for security. Ooh, Blue 4 doing the smart thing, though. They're immediately coming off the MSR and just heading south through the open area, and they could always get back on that dirt road or continue to cut through. That's very, very intelligent. I say that in a good way. So they got a convoy route to follow, and then a dismount point, and then a blue line to follow. Yeah, Dom, it kind of is, unfortunately. I've been casting these guys since, what, 2020, 2019, I forget, but it certainly has its moments. I do appreciate that the LAV is now getting on security. And then you got the Vanguard teams over here that are going to duke it out for Sector 2. Now we're just going to probably wait for the infantry to get in position. That's going to be like a 10-minute walk. We'll see if Pepega repositions their forces and tries to listen for these units coming around. Maybe the marksman... Nope, he came up and reinforced the group. They're watching for a left side push. And then we do have an MRAP over here. Whew. 10 people in that M2 armed MRAP there coming down. You got a Humvee out here as well. This is an additional 4 people, part of that Charlie group. I guess they're just out here to see if there's anything there to engage them immediately, which I guess that's not the case. But that's 10 plus 4, so 14 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10 in the BTR. But that blue 4 team could actually beat out Bravo 1 over here on green 4. And they only have 1 piece of AT, so... Granted, that's probably a reloadable RPG. They have more than 1 round, but if they take that, that'll give them more stuff to engage the... Blue 4 will have more opportunity to engage the BTR. I don't know when I'm getting back into Halo, but it'll be a while. What I'm thinking of doing is having my Mondays, every month I'll cycle through something different. So last month was Vietnam. This month, I've got another idea in mind, and the next month, Halo will be on the table. So we'll just have to see. We will just have to see. Round 2 is in Purgatory. Yeah, because it's the maneuvering phase where the attackers are getting into position because this is a larger AO. But once the action stops, it's probably not going to start because Green 4 have all consolidated around the southernmost objective, furthest away from the attackers, and they have a minor force on the objective closest to the starting point of the attackers. Why are you just back here? Is someone going to come back and pick you up? Because I thought I saw you get mounted in a vehicle, but I guess that car is going to go over and pick them up. Maybe because they were completely full. And then you got this guy who's just walking. He's going to hoof it.
Do we ambush them at Kangas? Do we ambush them at Kangas?
So I think they know that this force is coming
Can we
around,
sit
so they're
up
talking about setting up an ambush. So that might turn the tide on the number advantage that Blue 4 has right now in the attacking part of that.
And then we shoot them in the back.
So no lawn mowing simulator. No, but we can do lawn dart simulator. All we need is a few pilots that don't know what they're doing. Easy as that, but these guys are going to try to set up over here, implying that these guys aren't going to, you know, keep Congas to their south and just cross around like that to get into the sector. These guys are pulling back, I think, realizing that they might have been bypassed. That or their commander ordered them back. It's hard to say. And now we just have to wait and see.
Alright.
Otherwise, Blue 4's main force here. They're keeping everyone together, but they're slow to move because they dismounted here. And they've only moved that much ground. That's a little worrisome. Because we're about a fifth of the way through the op, and they've been there for the past 5 minutes. Not really doing a lot of movement. But no, Blue 4 is going to try to continue to skate the map, and they could be shot in the rear then if they're not careful. But another group's breaking up. They might come around. There's another guy there. He must have been picked up. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Jesus, dude. Certainly one way to look at it.
Bob. Bob. Our radio frequency is 69.1. By the way. Our radio frequency 69.1.
No kills. Not sure if they spotted him. You know, it'd be funny if Roderick knew they were in there and just threw an explosive satchel. No, they're gonna bypass because they're just hiding out in here waiting for them to pass. He's down here checking the little slit right there. Yeah, so if the point was to set up an ambush and... So who's the scout that's watching to know when they've crossed? Are they just going to assume? Also hydrate. You know, I mean, they're just... what was the point of setting up the ambush if you're not going to then ambush? Right? And you got Mike coming over here. Is he going to solo this as a marksman? That's funny. The whole defense detail left the sector to ambush the group, and now they're just going to lose the sector to one dude. All right, you got Pepega coming around here. They hear the vehicles moving up, so they know that the main force is coming along that way. Because they can hear the Humvee, which is right here, a few hundred meters away.
They're east. It's the MRX. Cheer guys west is the lab. The lab is on the floor.
And they hear more Vics coming up that way.
Northwest.
Why? Why? Green Force Commander is dead. Okay. That's amazing. Quickly, restart the mission. I give up. God, that meme is never gonna go away. It's gonna be years and we're still gonna be making that joke. Oh! Marksman shot at the vehicle crew. Blam has elected to ignore the marksman. And Blam just realized what happens when you ignore the marksman.
Looking east.
Maybe if he believed the... You know my favorite part about this, though? This group is still back here. It's still waiting. Blue 4 have completely moved off. And they're still here. What was the point of the ambush? What are you ambushing at this point? Can you get a refund? No. No, you cannot. Pepega might actually be able to hunt and destroy the LAV. Because the LAV has no direct infantry support as they're advancing. They're keeping it in a tree line, which means it can't even support itself. Right next to command. Pepega's gonna decapitate a lot of very useful assets for Blue 4 today. Ambush these nuts, apparently. Got him. The commander, I saw that, yeah. Had information leading to Hillary Clinton's arrest. I love whenever I have a clip that's related to that, goes viral on YouTube, it immediately gets banned. Or blacklisted or whatever. And I find that so freaking funny. And then YouTube will put out content about, oh, be careful, what you might watch is misinformation. It's like, yeah. Yeah, that's funny, dude. That's funny.
East. Support Bravo heading southeast. You copy?
Oh, Command, you're about to get a really, really rude awakening. Hit him! He's been hit! There's Sector 2 being captured. He's been hit. And they're still staying in the building despite the sector being taken. Oh dear. Steve just like, hey, how you doing? But he can't get in it, which says that shows there's someone in it. So he's trying to headshot him. There's Sector 2 being captured. Interesting. What? What? Why? Why did you just shoot Flux? Oh my god! Oh my god! So now Blue Force committed half of their forces to go north, the other half still going south. Nope, once the sector's captured, it can't be retaken. Flux also had information that could lead to it. Oh my god. Roster now running right into the defensive blue line. But here comes Slushy. And Slushy gets a kill. So I want to see how weakened this group gets at this point. Some friendly suppression in the friendly forces as they come around and sweep. It's the Pepega shuffle. Oh, we got Artisan with a machine gun now behind friendlies. Blue 4, King blown up by a grenade. That also killed the engine of the vehicle. But yeah, look at the amount of Blue 4 that are dying to this Green 4 line, because the other half of Blue 4 is up there. So Blue 4's in 3 different groups right now. Third of them are getting massacred. Second third trying to fight Pepega. And they're beating out Pepega in most areas, but not in all. And now they're also shooting each other again. Got Nemesis on 3 kills here with that PKP. 4 kills now. Yeah, Blue 4 just completely divided themselves and is getting conquered. And here's my favorite part. You still have this Green Force group here. They're finally starting to leave the building. What is wrong with this? So they're going to get Sector 3, but there's a Vanguard force at Sector 1. This round is just filled with a lot of silly people. It's okay, guys. We're going to ambush them. We're eventually going to get the ambush. So now this is a 5v6. But Blue 4 had a lot more forces going up there. But half of Blue 4 is dead. Most of the surviving forces over here moving into Sector 3. Foobar Friday, baby! Nemesis with an AT-4. Tries noob tubing an infantryman, I believe. Maybe he was going for the Humvee, it's hard to tell. 4 left on the Pepega side, because these guys were able to find and take one out. I just heard like a cannon go off. Ah, the PKT's firing at infantry. Yes, Mike. Go into the suppressing fire. There goes legs. Use your machine gun. Your machine gun was much more effective. Yes. He's still going to survive, though, because of that lapse in judgment. Nemesis, I think, finally got found and taken out after he got another kill on top of it. And he's only uncon, so he can still wake back up. And here's Pepega coming up and getting more kills. And now it's that's someone in the vehicle there. Armagees getting into a fight with Depso up here. Depso now getting flanked. As Pepega now have the number advantage up here. There goes Soy Boy. Oh! Oh! Goodbye, Cholt. And that, I think, also got Soy. And that is everyone except Depso taken out. That's why you never send 2 squads to fight Pepega, because Pepega will turn it around. And we just saw one guy die right there. Bravo could still get on the rear and double, still ambush them, but this round's over. This round is actually over. You basically donated your points, yep. Ah, man. So we got Sector 3 being taken. Green 4 double timing their force back there. There's going to be low on stamina. I think they're shooting in this vehicle. Steve eventually left. But all right, let's do a number comparison here. So 1, 3. Back to 2 because they shot Flux in the face. So 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So technically they got 17 combined kills. And they still are at 50% strength. Looking at Scandi. Nemesis on 5, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 to 17. So, that's 30 kills between Papega and Scandy on the same team. Blue 4 started this mission with about 45 to 50. So 60% of Blue 4, at a minimum, died to two of the best squads in the game for Friday Night Fights. Two of the best communities, I should say. Nope, they've left the building. Now they're trying to come down and follow Blue 4 in blindly. Now you're just going to see these guys trickle in. Hopefully there won't be a green-on-green incident here. I know, they left the super important building at the edge of the map that had no strategic value. Because that was the real important objective, right? Ay, ay, ay. Have you gotten a single kill yet, out of curiosity? No? Okay. Just thought I'd check. I'm sorry to hear that, Patak. Patak, is that a play off of the Klingon cuss word? Just random nerd trivia curiosity? Or is it something else? This other Blue 4 group here trying to come around on the southern side and do a massive outflank unsupported. Propa just chilling with a dead gunner. Nope, there's not even anyone in the gunner seat. How will their super secret reserve QRF come in for the clutch? Yeah, right? Pick up the engine so we could drift down. Smoke GL's coming in. Is it really QRF? Because they weren't really quick to respond earlier. Oh, yes, Blue 4. Cross through the open. Make my day. Cross through the open field. Out of every route to choose. Look, you saw that they were going to try it, though. That's what really scares me, is they all went up here, looked at it, and went, okay, nah. But why would you even think of it? BTR's gonna come in between them. Oh god, now you've got the Scandy and Papega group combined coming in from the north. This is just nasty. Eric, AT. He's literally telling him, hey, stop, there's enemies right there. I'm surprised the AT didn't shoot him. Hey! Mr. AT! There you go. Time for you to take a nap. I don't know what you mean by that, Fives. Ooh, and the GLs tear them the heck apart. And now the infantry charge and die. Wow. Yeah, vehicles going out unsupported. Satchel just blew up this barn. See, if they saw that earlier and did it, that would have been amazing, but I guess not. Who's winning? No one in particular, just, you know. people. If I had to guess, I'd say green 4, you know, but it's still too hard to tell. Oh, and I think Slushy just got murdered by NASA. That's unfortunate. All right, Gogu gets Gogu'd by Kosh. Oh my gosh, wait, the rear element might actually find Mike. You know, Mike, Mr. Hunt. He's on the prowl. But will Green 4 spot him? It's anyone's guess. Got Pro Hunter and Crazy getting close to the objective. Eric back here. You got a PKT. Nope, that's the BRDM. And I think it just killed Mike. Or was that Bluck? No, Bluck killed Mike. Or explosives going up north. Yanni is eliminated. Double tap him. Come on. Kill, 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 kill. Hooray.
Reloading.
Green on green. Yeah, Plats, you're not supposed to do that, silly. The loop around! But Guy Fieri beats Lolo to it, but Lolo gets the double tap! And now it's just up to Pro Hunter as we deal with someone gliding around up there. Will Pro Hunter... I'm not going to say it, to be honest. It's over, guys. It's over. Oh my gosh, that group's actually going to get on the rear of the final blue 4 element and take him out. Look at the skull count on green 4. It's okay. Now look at the skull count on blue 4. You just have this group left. And I think that guy just died, yeah, to Olaf and Patriot. Did Mutant see him? I think Pro Hunter saw Mutant. A lot of suppression going out over there. Oh, that's karma. For shooting Yanni earlier. Pro Hunter gets Pogo. That's 5 kills for Pro Hunter. And you got 4 blue 4 out here. A lot of the green 4 guys on the rear have actually been taken out now. Luck coming back. Brandon Major Khan's on 2 kills. Kermit's on no kills. Erden's on none. Cheviak is on 1. There's that 249 going. 5 kills and 40 to go. Yeah, more or less. And Bluck gets that kill. 3 more blue 4 remaining. Well, Nerden's on con, could still wake back up. Gurmit's also on con. Major Khan threw a few bandages. Has no choice. We'll have to bandage under that tree soon. Opts to book it. Oh, that's... Mutant, I would just wait him out. There's only one way in, one way out. Just let him leave and then just shoot him in the back of the head. Just be patient. Nerden woke back up. Someone else got taken out. The other guy woke back up, also got taken out. Bluck and Major Khan versus Nerden and Asada in the forest. You got Guy Fieri, Artisan, and others coming in. Just some preemptive blind firing. He's going through his inventory. Block trying to put some shots on Asada. Here we go. Here we go. He ran out of ammo and Pro Hunter doesn't know where he got shot from. This was the mistake. Throw a grenade. Throw a grenade, mutant. Yeah. Oh my god. He killed himself. Well, back to the last two survivors here. Guy Fieri sent on a one-way trip to Flavor Town, but he's still alive. Artisan comes in, gets the double tap, and now it's up to Asada. Hasta la vista, Asada, you're dead. And Green 4 has won. That's it. GG. Just as the 15-minute warning's called. All right. If Pro Hunter kills himself, does that still make him a Pro Hunter or a Noob Hunter at that point? Well. Yes. Okay. Glad we could get there. All right, let's go ahead and see what our final round is going to be. And then I might take a small break. All right, let's see what we got. That was a messy fight. I mean, Blue 4 just divided themselves too much and got conquered. Literally defeated in detail by putting their forces along 3 different flanks, doing 3 separate things, and they just got chewed up by superior tactics of the enemy. But that's what you get when you fight Scandi and Papega in groups like that, where it's not too big that they get overwhelmed, but it's not too small to waste their time. Man, there was roughly 900,000 channel points on the table there. Good God. I think they said 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's in their Discord. All right. Interesting. It's GOS all right again. Green 4 is attacking 3 Blue 4 sectors. All right. Folks, I will BRB 1 second. I am just going to get something to eat real quick because I haven't eaten all day. And my stomach is making too big rumbly, so this round will begin.
Send in GOAT Team 6 now.
Essential, thanks for the 23-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of the last round of FNF tonight. Alright, I'm going to lift my mic a bit. I got chilly, and I'm going to be enjoying that till the final round begins. But I haven't eaten all day. Slightly spicy. I like things mild to moderately spicy, but I can't do too spicy. Because I feel like if something's too spicy, it just completely overpowers the flavor of the dish. Oh wow, play is a very old command. I completely forgot that that existed. I gotta fix that. Oh no, what's that? You wanna ask that again? Mochi's also good. So play was an old command that we used back in, like, I want to say 2016 or 2017 to maybe 2020, back when we ran Dedicated Friday Public Ops. That was before we did FNF. Also, what's that, to answer your question, I don't have a personal preference, but it's also because I haven't fired a lot personally. Oh my god. So what's that used to host a very intense sniper class, and that's what they're ranting about in chat right now between him and Falcon. Chuckleheads. Yeah, they do play Excel spreadsheet in PvP. That's how they're so good. Jesus. Alright, well, that's dinner done. And the round still hasn't started yet. Oh well, we'll get there when we get there. Here, I know what to do. Let's change up the music. Nah, not that one. There we go. Since we're back on Alric, that one's more than fitting. All right, just a reminder, let's see, in 2 hours and 15 minutes, we will also have a Zeus op to do, and then I'll probably stream some Green Hell with some people, and then probably take the rest of the evening to do some video editing, and then tomorrow we've got plenty of ops, and I'll find some time for DayZ. I'd have to ask her, Shark, because 50-50 she's seen it. Falcon, we'll see. Because it's a group with the one of the 40K communities I used to do a lot of work with. Green Hell sound bites. Oh, God. I might be looking into some soundbite stuff for another game, guys. You're going to have to give me a week or two, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh my God, what's that? Shut up. It's not that 40K group, it's the 700th, which are now called the Myrmidon Legion, which I don't do any work for anymore, because I... It's a long line of stuff. Shut up, what's that? Now, that's referring to a dev stream that was a few days ago. Alright, awesome. Very simple AO in the town of Jabla. Green Force starting up on the hill. Have to trickle down, but I think they're infantry only, except for 2113, so I can just literally rush down the southern side. Massive open kill zone in the middle. It's easier just to go around on the far left or far right flank. Keep your entire force together. I would say... Let's see. You can either get your forces right on top of it right here and go through this slightly open area. Overwatch is a little tough right here, but there's not a lot of foliage over here, so Overwatch here is better. But yeah, no. This one can swing either way. Unless the attackers do something silly, or the defenders do something even sillier. Then it's gonna get messy. All right, let's see. Made by Banks, Operation Short Round. Sweet. Background, September 2031. In a desperate effort to gain a foothold in the Middle East, U.S. Marines Blue 4 have arrived en masse off the coast of Al Rayek. Their first objective is to capture and hold the port town of Jabla, where they will be able to establish a base of operations for a wider invasion. Middle Eastern Coalition forces Green 4 have scrambled to push back the invaders of the undefended town and stop the U.S. invasion. Stop the U.S. invasion before it starts. Game mode, basically sectors. How sectors works is the sectors are put on the map. They can have 1 to 3 sectors total per mission. As long as the defenders... No, that's not the way to put it. If the attackers at any given time in the sector have more people in the sector than the defenders, so if there's no defenders in the sector and the attackers put a single person in, or the defenders have 5 people in the sector and the attackers put 6 people in, then a 90-second timer will start. One of these boxes will slowly begin to fill, depending on what sector it is. If at any point the amount of attackers is interrupted and becomes less than the amount of people, defenders that are in the sector, so, you know, someone leaves the sector or dies, then the timer stops and is reset. And if at any point the sector is taken, then the defenders can't take the sector back. Attackers win by taking all 3 sectors or wiping the defenders out. Defenders win by at least holding 1 sector to the end of the match or wiping all the attackers out. With all that said, let's go ahead and look down on our game mode. 1,000 meters of render distance, only 50 build points, so that is less than half of the default number, which is 125, so not a lot of building that the Blue 4 elements can do, which makes sense because they just arrived in the quote-unquote lore of the round. Mat settings, Blue 4 get 2 rounds per mat, and then Green 4 gets 2 AT and 1 HE round per. Just looking, is there any echo? There is no echo on either side, so Matt doesn't matter. Blue 4, meanwhile, are going to be your Modern Marines Desert Camouflage kits. So you got your platoon lead, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier, grenadier IR, machine gunner assistant. Wait. No, okay, I'm an idiot. So, usually GR is above AR, so that's why my brain went kabloodle there. So auto riflemen are Alpha Bravo Charlie, machine gunners. Machine gunners are your Delta machine gunners. GRIR are your grenadiers with Hunt IR rounds, which are 40mm camera grenades you fire in the air. Parachute down gives you a nice bird's eye view of the AO. Combat engineers, they have the choice of 4 different types of ordnance: 2 explosive satchels, 4 explosive charges, 4 tripwire mines, 2 HE, 2 flare, or 3 AT mines. Then you have your light anti-tank, your medium anti-tanks don't matter, your RA, RAS, and SMP don't matter, they don't exist anymore. Your designated marksman, that appears to be a Mark 11, that's in Alpha Bravo and Charlie, on the squad leader level. And then you have your crew lead, pilots, medics, and your base kit. Weaponry is going to be the M27, which is a full auto M4, or the M4A1, which is a burst. You have an M9 Beretta as the secondary. 249s are going to be given to your auto rifleman. 240 Golf is going to be given to the machine gunner in Delta. And then light anti-tank is going to be the single-shot disposable M136. And then crew and aviation doesn't matter because there's no crew and aviation slots in Blue 4, and they have no assets. Looking at their side, we have Puma commanding. You've got Shy as Alpha's lead, Curie as the marksman, Mutant as the medic, and Slushy, I believe, as the 2IC, because she has the grenadier weapon. Dizwak leading Alpha 1 with Sam, Lesiak, Olaf, and Patriot. Bravo... Okay, so there's no Bravo 2, which just immediately goes to Bravo 1. There's no command for Bravo, which is Bravo 1 and Bravo 2. So it's Gianni commanding Bravo 1 with Azariah, Navs, Maz, Nemesis, and Flying Finn under him. Cullis, Nimia, and Dobbs as a 3-man group, and Bravo 2 might merge with Bravo 1 to just form a group under that. Guy Fieri leading Charlie. They put freaking... Last round, we had Papega and Scandy together, and they dominated. This round, we have Papega and Scandy together. I wonder who's going to dominate. My God. All right, Guy Fieri, Novix, and Artisan together under Charlie command. Charlie 1 being led by Pro Hunter with Skeeta, Solomons, Gogu, Crazy, Rodrig, and Mike under him. Flux has Charlie 2 with Caden, Korvac, Money, and Arma Jesus under him. Norris leading Delta with Gordon as the medic, and then Bates, Schultz, and Soyboy taking the 240. Actually, no, Bates is leading Delta 1, excuse me. So Schultz and Soyboy taking the machine gunners, which are the 240 Golfs, and then Kukera, that's it, Kukera, taking the assistant for additional ammo. Looking over at Green 4. Green 4 is going to have the following. They are going to have the Middle Eastern Coalition Army Desert Camouflage kits with that chocolate chip camo. Fun fact, can also make a decent winter camo. Their DMRs are going to be SVDs. All right, 10-shot 7.62 by 54 chambered marksman rifles. AK-103s with Centico railings for Western scopes, or AKSs if they really want to rock that. MP443 Gratches for their secondaries. Light machine gunners get the RPK. Medium machine gunners and Delta get the PKP. Light anti-tank is going to be the RPG, which is reloadable. I believe they have more than 1 round. And then crew and aviation get the PP2000 or the AKS. I bring that up because they do have 2 M113s with M2s with some up-armored shielding. 1,500 rounds total across 15 magazines, which, yeah, at that point would be boxes. Jeep Wrangler for transport, 4 BRDMs unarmed, and 5 UAZs, excuse me. Their leadership has Depso commanding. Vagrant is going to be Alpha Squad leader. Fawns as the 2IC, and Batty as the medic. Kabubi Face leading Alpha 1 with Steve, Rufy, Kili, Pyros, Misfit, Night Owl under him. NASA leading Bravo with Kermit as the 2IC. Gazag as the marksman, and Swola as the medic. Pogu underscore leading Bravo 1 with Tackleberry, Kolkilda, Eric, Major Khan Banks, and Misano. Bluck leading Bravo 2 with Ivno, Wonder, Ash, Lolo, Wombat, and Kosh under him. Grav leading Delta with Mike as the medic. Delta 1 be led by Wheaton with Arcor, Frank, Owens, and Daniel under him. Owens and Arcor taking the PKPs there, excuse me. And Cooper leading Delta 2 with Otto Visky taking the machine gun, and Nerd also taking the machine gun. Waldo as an assistant. Gamma 1 of the vehicle crew is going to have Arcane and Alexander. Vehicle crew 2 is going to be Pierce and Reaper Insanity.
So especially if it's only 1 M2. So what I'm thinking is, because this is also a good entrance, right? This area, right?
Alpha
do we
is
agree? Hold on. Do we agree that this is a...
Yeah,
That's
these
just
two
a
black
plan.
lines I put, you charge on either side of this hill right here. You should have enough cover.
Yeah, so I am thinking we do a split push with the main force being the one from the south trying to get into the town unnoticed. And then we have a secondary force that's consisting of Bravo, I think.
we should do the
That's
Alpha
half.
instead of
Split the
Bravo.
team in half.
I know, but at the same time we end up in the same place anyway. We end up in the
Yes,
south of
I
the town.
agree, but we should use Alpha for that instead of Bravo because Alpha is just one fire team.
That distance here, this distance here is 2 kilometers.
Yes.
They're not going to be spotting each other. One team is going to get caught out of position and killed.
a distraction, I can give a distraction.
This is about 500.
Yes, but also Alpha is only one squad, so I think it's better for Alpha to go there.
Hey, I send in your grenadiers here. Smoke
No,
this out.
Come on, you
that's
know
peace,
it's
peace.
not gonna
That's
work.
not gonna work, peace.
Yes, please.
Also, I just don't want to deal with Black because I know Black is gonna fucking do whatever he wants.
What you mean?
What do you mean?
I'm standing right here, Depth.
Yeah, listen.
No, I mean, oh sorry, Nasa, sorry. I mean, Nasa, I love you.
Hello? Yeah, that's tough.
Listen, Nasa, I know.
Whatever we do, we need to do it
I know.
together.
I just know that Black is gonna do whatever he wants, and he's not gonna give a shit about what I tell him to do, right? So. Yeah, so I rather just give him a mission.
Okay, guys, we got 6 minutes. Depso. Okay, who's typing? God. Kabooey.
Stop typing, Kabooey.
Listen.
Do you like this? Do not see me?
Stop. Okay.
Fucking damn it, man.
If we attack from the south, we need a distraction, and that distraction has to be somewhere that is not the south, and that distraction could very easily just be one of the M1 firing its machine gun. I think that'll be enough. They'll look at it. It'll be long enough.
If it actually
Bro, I
ends up
take
on...
responsibility for being a distraction.
But we can't put people on distraction. That was the
Okay,
problem
guys,
last round. Is he put two
we run out of
squads
time,
as a
but like...
distraction. There's a distraction needs to be like 2 guys in 2 vehicles. You know what I mean?
Okay, but listen to me. Why don't we send
be a whole
Alpha
squad
up?
here.
Why don't we send Alpha up here, send a few shots down there, and then literally just completely flank around here and do your initial plan with vehicles? We can
Why
literally
put
just
so many
leave
people in
that.
jeopardy? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Why Jeopardy? We are going to be there.
Just say Gulf. Gulf is 2 people. Gulf isn't going to kill anybody anyways.
People will be noticing the main push from here at that point.
I know. I am making the plan right now.
Distraction, you want us to speed down your alternate route.
I want you to make a distraction on waypoint 1. Listen. Somewhere
Bravo's
waypoint
our
1
main
or
force.
waypoint 2. Shut the fuck up for now. Waypoint 1, waypoint 2. Just make a distraction as long as you can, and then once we can engage, use pushing from the south. Okay? Just try to
fall back.
Yeah. Okay. Just try to take the attention and then push in. Okay. Perfect.
Can
You're
you-
doing the fucking southern plan. Yeah.
Once we take one of the sectors, how do we get to the other one? Because we might lose a lot if we try to just bust through the city.
There's literally no other way. You just have to bust through the city.
Ooh,
Can't
here
do
we
that
go.
with your team split
There's
in
literally
2.
no other way.
It's impossible to do that with your team split in 2, Depso.
There is. Don't worry about it.
I mean, we can try to go for
what are
one
we
on the
doing, man?
outskirts.
Look, you have waypoint 1, but you sent 1 squad to it. Where's everyone else going?
On the black line, the fucking southern push.
This line all the way out here?
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna go. That's not.
I think it's going to
You
work.
split your
I
team.
literally
Yeah,
think it's the best
split is
plan
not a
for
good
it.
idea. One of those
Split,
teams
yes,
is gonna
is
get
bad.
attacked by
Listen,
the flankers,
Vagrant.
and then they're gonna get destroyed.
Listen. If it
I'm
doesn't
with
work,
that.
if it doesn't work, then I mean, my bad.
Just-
No, so I'm 100% voting against splitting. I don't know if anyone else joins me on that one.
I'm
I
agreeing
don't
with you,
know.
Depso.
We're,
City fighting. I was you, Vagrant.
Well, command's not a democracy. Command is a dictatorship.
Take the least amount of
You gotta
people
choose the blue line or the black line. You
it's
can't do both.
complicated.
Yeah,
Yes. And I think the black line is like way better.
I agree.
Like all I'm trying to say is,
The
if you want to do
blue pill or
distraction,
the
you
black
have
pill,
both
huh?
units.
That's
That's
the
perfect
blue
because
pill
they
or
don't
white
take
pill.
out
3 guys,
people.
we can go and do a
you know?
distraction.
We need the people to be alive in the city.
Yeah,
Blue
that's what
black
we're gonna have. We're gonna have
Who
to
said
You have
the
to
team's
decide that
not a
so you're the
distraction?
So
commander.
why throw them on a distraction? I
Do
don't
it,
know.
Depso.
This is not a distraction. This is a fucking Pearson maneuver. We're pushing from 2 sides.
It's a Pierce maneuver.
I'm talking about
No, it's a
this.
pincer maneuver. That's what they're
Why not
talking
just
about.
send everybody that's infantry straight to the dismount and then send just the Gulf unit up here? That way the Gulf unit does some distraction.
the
It's only
Gulf
got 2 people in it. It's expendable.
The
you know what I
Gulf
mean?
unit won't be enough. That's the reality of it. The
of
Gulf
course they'll go
unit
for
just
it.
won't be enough.
It's the end with the rocket.
They're gonna go for it. Of course they will. What are you
We've got
talking
three
about?
guys in golf. One of us jumps out and starts shooting with a gun. They might
Listen, a whole squad is valuable. You know, those are 9 people that could be doing city fighting that are just gonna get sniped on the hill.
And they will do city fighting.
Whatever. Look, we're driving straight to the dismount, right? Is that what we're doing?
2 minutes. That's the main
Yes,
decision.
2.5.
Yes, yes. We're doing it for another fucking thought. We're driving straight to the fucking dismount.
Which way?
This is what happens when the good idea fairies appear.
Leave everything else.
Oh, so we're still splitting?
Yes, we're still splitting.
What the fuck?
This is a terrible, terrible plan. I'm gonna have my ruin 3 stupid plans for fucking sake.
So here's what I'm gonna say. On that last comment of, oh, I'm gonna have my night ruined by 3 plans, F's sake. Here's my 2 cents. If you don't like it, take the role and prevent it from happening. You do not have the right to just sit there and complain if you didn't take the role. Well, no, I'm looking now. I don't see Pierce here other than in Gamma 2. I'm not sure if he was the one that made a complaint, but still, like, he's the exception if you're banned from commanding. But this is why people don't take leadership roles, because they just get bitched at by people. And it just creates a negative feedback loop of the good idea fairies going, oh, no, you should do it this way. It's like, you have to let people make the mistakes to learn so they know not to do it again. But if all you're going to do is whine and complain and bitch, that means no one's going to step up and take the role. Again, because they don't want to deal with you whining and bitching and complaining, you know? It's... Why aren't there rules in FNF against that? Backseats commanding. Because there's a difference between giving suggestions and just going, oh, no, that's a shit plan. What are you doing? You're just going to get us killed, blah, blah, blah. That, I think, is actually something to consider. That's, I think, one of the crowning achievements in TSB is that they ironed that out of if you backseat, you get in trouble because you're not supposed to do that. And if you complain about it, you get in trouble. Leave it to be feedback and debrief. Also, I love how this guy's literally building a Fortnite bridge right here. Toxicity is... Oh, content. I thought you said toxicity is consent. I was about to make a bunch of jokes, but never mind. And now you got the Marine run. Where's Dante when you need him? Exactly, Falcon! Yeah, Blue 4 doesn't even have transport. I thought it said they did have transport, but that was a lie. Also, nice lag spike. So, Green 4 is going to do a pincer maneuver. I think with how tight this AO is, as long as the pincer maneuvers are simple, like one squad takes Overwatch, the other one assaults, and then the assaulting squad then holds and the Overwatch squad breaks down. Like, in Sector 1's sake, the assault squad goes in and the Overwatch squad stays until Sector 1's taken, then the Overwatch squad breaks down and relieves the assault squad as they march over to Sector 3 as something similar happens to Sector 2. I think a pincer maneuver works really well. Because as long as you start getting your forces in and start closing into CQC, usually the numbers will win before anyone else does. So, I think that's a great idea. Pincer maneuvers are usually a really bad idea because you don't have any way to support them. But in limited AOs that involve getting your foot in the door in a town, they can still work out in your favor. Quick note on milsims. Here's what I'll say. If you specifically join a milsim community and they, you know, have you refer to them by their internet rank, that's fine because you joined a milsim community. You get what you sign up for. Like, that's what I find silly is people complain that they join a milsim and have to address people by their in-game ranks. It's like, yeah, because you joined a milsim. You looked at it and said, oh yeah, I want to join that. And now you're complaining that you joined what you looked into. That's where I find people are silly. However, if you're in a public coalition group like OFCRA or FNF, and you try to get random people that aren't associated with you to try to address you by your milsim rank, then you're at fault. Because at that point, not everyone there is a milsim group. Now, if it's a thing for milsim groups only, then yes. But if the caveat is not established, and I were to play in a group like FNF and get with a bunch of milsimmers, and the milsimmers try to make me address them by their rank, I'm just going to laugh at you. Because you have no way for me to enforce calling you by your internet rank. And you, yeah, no, fuck that. So I heard, yeah, shoot him, and now this group's under fire. Woo! That is a lot of inbound fire, so this is a distraction. Here's the thing, though. That distraction's actually going to really work out because that's pinning the entirety of Charlie up here. Now, here is where a commander would evolve upon hearing, oh my gosh, there's an entire squad up here. Send your entire pincer attack on this ridge and flush him out and get a bunch of free kills. And that's the weakness of the pincer because now he has half the force over on the other side that aren't going to be able to respond to this. But at the same time, that's if the attackers had perfect communication, and you're not going to get that in FNF, so there's no point. But I'm just showing you the opportunities that present themselves when you get into scenarios like these. And again, that previous point, that's coming from a guy that has, I do play in a milsim. I play in the 506. It's fun. But, you know, that's advertised as a filsim, so play as is. But if I ever play FNF or OFCRA on the ground, I ain't calling people anything other than what I'm comfortable with. Oh, right, yeah, F this plan, what's that? Of course, because that's what the squad leader said. Now what's that's going full-on milsim mode. Funny enough, these guys, if they're coming in through the back line like they said, they're actually going to be able to get right in the door as everything else holds as Overwatch. But this distraction's going to hold really well. They just have to not get shot.
Charlie 1, move down to the construction site to our east. I'm going to put a circle on it.
So they're starting to fold their forces back.
Charlie 1.
Yeah, I got hit by the arm and died.
Charlie 1, move to the construction site on the Charlie 1 marker to the east. And then Charlie 2, once they get down there, follow them.
Yeah, so this right here, you've got a group over here, a group here, and a group here. I was under the impression they were only sending a 1-1-3 up there, and the squad that was up here was going to come over here, and there'd at least be 2 squads coming in this way and 2 squads coming in the southern way. But if they're just single individual squads that aren't even in positions to support each other on the pincer attacks, then this is going to get very messy for the attackers. Because you're just cutting yourselves up similar to the previous attack, and then Scandi and Papega are going to wipe the floor with you. See, those M113s do have the ability to just keep this area suppressed pretty well.
Oh, you can't. It's at 250 max, right?
They're talking about trying to hit it with their light anti-tank.
Yes. Oh boy, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, I bet you there's a Space Force milsim out there. And it's either the cringiest or coolest shit. One of the two. Well, no. He's talking like a U.S. Space Force milsim, not a bullshit sci-fi one. They're actually trying to hit it with the AT-4, and it goes short because it's also got a difference in elevation. Oh, that's gonna turn heads. They rushed right in. That's gonna confuse the hell out of Blue 4. Yeah, how did they get behind us? That's what they're bringing up right now.
Go to the markers. Go to the markers and put 4 out for the time being. Just go to spread yourselves. Yeah, I know. Yes, that's fine. That's awesome.
Here's the crazy thing. There haven't really been any KIAs on either side, so this can still swing either way because it's just going to turn into a CQC battle in the town. Which means from a commander standpoint, Depso actually has a winning plan here. With how all the unit, like how all the dice have fallen here, because now Blue 4 is going to trickle in forces over here. Oh, that GL was just high. If it was a little lower, we got a nice multi-kill. Did that actually kill anyone? I don't think so. Made them pull back, though. Ah, so here's a random Blue 4 transport Vic. But it's away from their spawn area, so... Sector 3 captured. Blue 4's turned out major amount of forces back. This could leave room for Green 4 to come in on a different angle and still take the sectors. These guys took a wrong turn. That's brilliant. So this is 2 additional squads that are now going to come in right here and potentially hit this other sector in the back. What? What are you... Why? What are you doing? What was the point of that? You just... Why? Why are you shooting yourselves in the foot? What is going on? .113 is now getting into LAT range. I don't know. Kosh gets a great pickoff up the street. Oh no. And he's got a 249. Why did the 113 decide to charge on its own? Like, what are you... Oh, because it was Pierce. Never mind. Yeah, so kicking him out of the driver's seat. Yeah, because Pierce. Wow. That happened. Olaf on kill number 2. Green 4 reinforced. Reaper got a kill, but got knocked uncon. This group now assaulting Here's the thing, though. If this group gets pinned here but holds, this group is eventually going to overwhelm that area and pull into Sector 1, so this could still swing either way. It's two separate attacks. Granted, the attackers have to win both, and Ivno's about to blow up, but... then you still got that 1-1-3 over there trying to find an angle, but that's going to keep the defenders here pinned. Command's trying to play marksman. I'm hearing a bunch of grenades going off over here. Oh, wow. This is why support on the ridge would be beneficial. It's unlikely for the attackers to win both of these fights, but it's still possible. Wow. Tripwire mines accidentally being tripped by friendlies, but the flares are going right into there. Wow, and I think someone just ran into an HE tripwire. That was them killing themselves on their own tripwire mines. That was a Green 4 member getting blown away. Satchel going off over here. This attack is definitely at 50% at this point. 1-1-3 is coming to back up. This attack slightly more in Green 4's favor, but not by much. If Finn knew to look left, I think he's going to get tunnel vision on Nerdon. Nerdon got hit once there. Is Nemesis the Boomer going to hear the footsteps?
They're moving to they're on the corner northeast of the factory building. They're close to you.
Uh-oh. Oh, now you turned your head right into a Nerdon, now taking fire from Yanni. And now it's getting very quiet. I think under review, the pincer wasn't the best idea. They should have just gone in one route, overwhelmed one defensive side with minimal casualties, pushed the other side overwhelmed with overwhelming numbers, you know? Just with this instead, it's two separate attacks, and they just don't have the number advantage on either side, because Blue 4 decided to evenly defend both sides. Hey. And then they traded! And Azariah came around and killed Arcor. Oh my gosh. Alright. Sector 2 is being captured because Green 4 have more numbers in here. Wheaton gets that kill on Azariah because Yanni was body blocking the top of the stairs. Steve goes prone. Finn elects to throw a grenade. Steve sees the grenade, tries to crawl away. Saves his head from getting blown up. Another smoke grenade out. Sector 2 no longer being captured. Now it's under capture again because Wheaton came up and finished off Yanni. And you got more Green 4 coming in. I think Blue 4... No, the number advantage is still even on both sides right now. Green 4 has a number advantage here, Blue 4 has a number advantage over there. Norris gets a pick off on the edge of the map there. 3 kills. Norris, I think, gets the double tap. Sector 2 is about to be taken. Looking on the other side, Green 4's final areas are being pushed. 1-1-3 takes hits. And the crew is getting murdered. Norris on a 4th kill. Sector 2 is going to fall in about 5 seconds, though. There it is. Still a good chunk of Blue 4 in here. Green 4 is going to immediately start running to Sector 1. Ooh, Gordon taken out. I guess he'll never find that lamb sauce. What a shame. All right, we got 4 people now trickling into Sector 1. Sector 1 has definitely a skeleton crew because they sent a lot of their forces south. Yes, they've mostly wiped this attack wave, but now can we see a good chunk of Green 4 trickle in and take Sector 1 before Blue 4 can regroup and push to Sector 1? I think at this point, Blue 4 were able to wrestle the number advantage out last second. That was silly. Defso is dead. Puma's still alive. Green 4 do not have a lot left, though. Now you just have a lot of individuals trickling. Gazog was with another guy over there. Both of them are dead. Blue 4 starting to trickle on the back. Cooper getting shot at. $30 minutes left, but I think this will be over in 15 at most. Definitely on Blue 4's side, because Green 4 has 3. No, it's only 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 9 units alive. Blue 4 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 9 to 17. So if Green 4 performs 2 to 1, they'll be fine. For this hotel, there is no ladder, actually. Actually, wait, I don't know. You might be able to climb this pipe, but I don't think so. I know there's some buildings that you can climb it, but I don't recall.
Why'd you put that in tag?
We're trying to come around the north. That's going to be the best route in, but with 3 people, they're going to have to kill at least 4 people in the sector to make it work. This could go either way. Kermit. Oh, boy. Shy and the guy right there trade, but hey, if Blue 4 trades evenly, they'll win. Now you got a bunch of dudes trickling north. Korvac fails his grenade throw, but he gets a smoke thrown at him. Norris gets his, what, 5th or 6th kill?
Yeah, gotta go.
5th. Vagrant's on Khan. Pawns is retreating. Roofy in the open now. Vagrant got double tapped. It's looking grim for Green 4, guys. Roofy gets no. Oh, that grenade's gonna kill Fonz. He tries to run. Double taps. Kilda gets found and taken out. All right, guys, say it with me. Can Roofy channel his inner Audrey Hotto and get like 20 kills and win this round? Can't even seem to get a shot on Cullis. No, because streamer cursing. Wow, guys, Kilda's doing a great job. Aw, shit. Roofy with a kill. Crazy with a kill. That's it. All of Green 4 is dead. All right, guys, we'll be back in an hour and a half for a Warhammer 40k Zeus op. I completely redid an entire island from the World War II mods, and I also added some custom fobs and a custom water base with active runways. So, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Hopefully I'll see you in 90 minutes. Otherwise, cheers, and have a good one.